What's up, gamers? It's time for another episode of Seven Nights. That's right, you thought we were done. No, we only just begun. Basically, what I'm going to be doing nowadays with my Seven Nights videos is if there's something new that you guys need to see, for example, a new hero, I'm going to be, doing a video kind of talking about the hero and anything else special that might have happened. So, with that being said, one thing I do want to let you know there is the new update that just happened a couple days ago where basically you can have what's called a seven nights package, and basically it's going to be in the middle of your screen and near the top. I can go ahead and click on it, and there it goes. Black Friday limited edition 7 nights package. Basically, if you spend $20, you can get a 4-star 7 night selector, which is pretty awesome. You also get 190 rubies and 15 topaz. So if you're the kind of person that likes to actually pay to get ahead, this is a really good deal because first and foremost, you can't really just straight up buy 7 nights in this game. Um, typically you can buy rubies, you can, buy elements, but you can't really buy 7 nights. So this is one of those really rare occasions where you have the chance to outright not only buy a 7 night, but even pick the one you want. So for those of you that don't mind spending some money on this game, this is like the best time. And I think it's available until the next update, so it's not going to last too long. I did do this one time for myself. For the most of what I play is free, but there are some times where I spend a little money, and this is one of the times. I only did it once. I spent $20 just to get the last Rachel I need, so she'll be level 40 soon, because right now she's currently 38. Um, but the main reason I kind of wanted to talk to you guys today was to talk about a new hero that just came out. So let's take a look at the codex. Well, if you're wondering why I have like really weird monsters in my lineup right now, I tend to level up anything that's 4-star or greater for the sake of getting rubies. That's kind of how I always maintain my ruby count. Alright, so we're going to go to... Is it Heroes? Yes, and Shadow Clan. I think it's Shadow Clan. There she is. Boom, Master of Race Sera. So she is now the newest mage in this game. Basically, and I think she's fantastic, by the way. I think she's really good, and I'll kind of explain why. But yeah, she is the newest hero that you can get now, so this is the other reason I was going to do a video today, was for her sake. So, let's check out her passive ability. She becomes immune to all damage 4 times. This effect also applies to ignore armor and piercing. Increases the lethal attack of all allies by 50%, so that's not bad. And additionally, she revives once at 100% HP, so she auto-revives. She has staying power, which is awesome. I mean, not very many heroes in this game have, immunity and resurrection. Like, that's pretty strong. That's just her passive skill. Let's check out her actives. Inflicts 60% magic damage on all enemies. Inflicts 2,000 fixed damage on all enemies. Additionally, piercing will take effect. That's awesome. Piercing, percentage of damage to everybody and 2,000 fixed damage. Like, that's nuts. Now, I will warn you, this 2,000 fixed damage can bite her in the butt against Neza or Jave. I've actually found out, because Pascal has a similar ability that deals 2,000 fixed damage as well. And every time that ability hits my Neza, he ends up falling over and dying. So they're probably this ability's only weakness are people that can reflect damage. Other than that, this ability is so solid. Very solid. Other active skill. Inflicts 60% magic damage on all enemies 2 times. Additionally, piercing will take effect. So basically, piercing is the important thing here. She is a hit all. So if you have anybody that defends against people who do 5 target AOE's, I mean that would be good against her. But what's important about her, why she's so good, in my opinion, other than her passive abilities, both of her active skills have piercing. You're not going to find that in too many other heroes. So she is absolutely worth getting. She is a powerhouse. I'm pretty sure she's going to be bomb in arena. She'll probably be good in just about anything in adventure mode. You probably won't. Of course, you're not going to see her you're not going to want to use her in Castle Rush, so don't waste your time. Nor do you want to use her in Raid either. But yeah, she's definitely going to be hot stuff in Arena. So yeah, she is just great. And let's go ahead and preview her. Alright, so let's go ahead and do one of her active skills. And here's the other active skill. Okay, I mean they're okay looking things. I mean nothing too crazy, but you know they're cool looking. But yeah, that's Master Race Sera or Sarah. I'm not sure how you're supposed to really pronounce that. Um, but yeah, she is just absolutely fantastic. I've been trying to get her because you can get her right now as part of the when you go into the summon shop and then you go to buy 250. Basically, you have a chance of getting her on here or getting, you know, some of the four lords. I spent about 750 rubies already and I've not gotten a single one. So, that's just bad luck for me. I mean, that happens. Like, every time I try to get a certain, you know, four lord, I end up getting one that I don't want. Because, as a matter of fact, I'm trying to get more of Ren, and instead, the last thing I got was a Lubu. I was like, sure. Like, now my Lubu's a level 32, and I'm not even trying to get him. That's just how this game is sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not upset about having Lubu, but it's not what I want. Well, since we're here, I guess you guys can see a little bit of action, huh? So let's take a look here. I think we might have a guild war to do, so we'll actually do some action. Won't all be all me just talking. We're in season 5. Our Dragon 7 Knights today is versus Karma. And we're on a 3-game losing streak right now. And I'll kind of explain why. So, the very first round, we like decimated our opponents. Now, here's the thing, they didn't even like attack. I think we ended up winning like 90 something to 0. Like, that's how bad it was. But because we had so many points, we were like in, you know, the top 30 something. And we ended up getting paired with top guilds who then in return destroyed us. And that's been happening the last 3 games. So that's why some guilds will just not attack at all or won't attack much. So that when they do get paired in the next rounds, it won't be so bad as far as getting beat or whatever. Something I'm thinking about doing is seeing if I can get everyone to cooperate and just kind of watch what the score is. If we're winning, I'd say don't attack, and if we're losing, then go ahead and attack till we're ahead, kind of a thing. Just to kind of, it's kind of like min maxing, really. You know what I mean? Get as many wins with as less points as possible. But let's see how we're doing so far. Okay, so it's actually kind of even. It's 12 to 11. So let's take a look at the progress. Alright, so we've had a few wins ourselves. All 3 stars, or 3 coins, whatever you want to call them. And they've been trying, but they did lose to one of our people. We recently got a few new members, and they're really, really good. They produce hardcore numbers in Castle Rush, and they do well in Guild War as well. So that's a good thing. So let's find us an opponent. Oh, here is a restricted list too. Pascal, Gipperang, Spike, and Ren are all not usable. Doesn't affect me at all because I don't use any of them. I could go the easy route and just fight one of these easy ones, but well, I would never fight someone that just had one hero. But I think I'm gonna let some of the lower level people deal with that, and I look at one of the highest level ones. Okay, here's a team. They are missing a player, but they have a level 40. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, level 40 Ruri and a level 40 Yushin. And they're the number one person. And if I beat him, I get, a good amount of honor. So I'm going to do this. So let's take a look.
Life or death, you decide.
Against Asgard. Oh, that was easy.
My turn. One more time. One more time. Bang, bang,
I pretty much got this one.
My turn. Drown.
Cease to exist. Meet your end. Grim Reaper, arise.
Alright, come on, do a piercing ability. So you quit taking 0.
Fall.
Thank you. This is why Sera would have been important, because all of her actives would have just killed him.
Straight to the heart. Bang.
Life or death,
You got 50 honor for that fight. Normally I wouldn't have fought him because they only had 4 people, but when you're like the number 1 person, why not take the honor? I mean, at that point it becomes your own fault for being one of the top but not making the necessary adjustments. I can understand this with the first round, because the first round usually catches all of us by surprise, so a few of us might have 1 or 2 people that are out, but this is like round 5. Come on now. You're just being lazy at this point. This is the number 2 guy. You know what? Feng Yang actually got a nice update, so actually let's read his abilities. And I might fight him just for the sake of entertainment, because I normally wouldn't. Alright, so this is how his new abilities are. He becomes immune to all damage 3 times. That's new. Additionally, decrease skill cooldown by 10 seconds with each basic attack. Decrease skill cooldown by an additional 10 seconds at a certain rate. This also applies to counterattacks and speed attacks. So that right there makes Feng Yang much better. Or Feng Yan, excuse me. Up until this point, I never really had any respect for this hero. Even when he first dropped, I just never thought he was good. But they made him much better. Now here are their active skills. Inflict 600 magic damage on one enemy, ignoring their defense. Not bad. And inflicts 95% of magic damage to all enemies. Additionally, increase the damage by 20% each time an enemy dies. Increase crit rate by 80% for 2 turns, and decrease the enemy's damage by 40% for 2 turns. Wow, that was a mouthful. But yeah, basically, he is a lot better. Am I ever going to use him? No, only because he doesn't do any kind of piercing. And in order to be worth anything, you have to be able to pierce. Because there are so many people with damage immunity that it's just, you'll be a sitting duck for a while. He's using Yushin, he's using Aline, he's using Bailong, and he's using Dellings. I'll be honest, I'm not comfortable that I'm going to be able to win, but if you look at the numbers, I should win because all my people are level 40. Their people are like level 34, level 30, and then 3 of them are 40. Looking at their equipment, they do have some awakened items. Well, she doesn't. Neither does he. He has some awakened items, and he has 1 awakened item that's not even that good. But yeah, looking at those stats, and then you know that I have my stuff. Everybody has, all their equipments and some awakened items.
What
In case
goes
you're
around
curious as to what my
comes
people
around.
look like.
Are you really weaker than me? Straight to the heart. Bang.
So we're fully loaded.
Follow my path.
So I should win. I have good strats. My people are fully equipped. They're level 40. There's no reason I should lose. Let's see what happens.
Life or death? You decide. Get some. Cease to exist. Meet your end.
My turn. Drown.
So from the way this looks, it looks like we're going to win here. I thought this was actually going to be difficult for us, only because I do sometimes lose to these low-level teams for no good reason. I was thinking this was going to be one of those fights, but apparently not.
Reaper, arise. Out of my way.
Dang, the cow. The cow actually took you a long time to do that. Usually she does it right away.
My turn.
Cease to exist.
There we go.
Meet your end.
Oh, it worked out really well. Should get the perfect score on here, too. Everyone was alive. It wasn't too slow.
Comes around.
Perfect. There we
You
go.
decide.
So we took down the number 1 and the number 2 person in their guild perfectly with, 3 coins and everything. So that's awesome. That's a sign that we're pretty much going to win this fight. And their record's actually 2-2. But the reason they're paired with us is, I guess, because we're 1-3 and just doing horrible. So we're more or less getting paired. Well, technically, we're getting paired up if you think about it. But either way, we're currently winning. I'm actually have the most gold in the group right now for guild gold. But when Almanac or 13 Demons attacks, that could actually change, and I hope it does because I like seeing our people participate. All right, so now you guys are gonna pretty much see. Let's see what else new I want to even show you guys. Because I know you guys don't get to see my videos much anymore just because there's not a whole lot of new content to see. So we're going to do a few arena fights. You get to see my arena team in action. I mean, basically, you pretty much saw it in Guild War, but let's take a look at... Oh, one thing I haven't finished are my masteries. Okay, so the majority of my masteries are offensive, or the top skills. The only bottom skills that I choose to have is basically survival, which increases the hit points of all allies by 10%. I've picked that one as my bottom skill, and my other defensive bottom skill is the one at 45. Basically, reduces damage received based on the difference of levels between heroes, and this only applies to the arena. So basically, what that means is, since my entire team are always level 40, most of the time I should say, if someone that's level 38 or lower is doing damage to them in arena, they deal an actual percentage less damage because they basically get a penalty for not being level 40. So it gives my team a little bit of survival ability. Other than that, I mean, and my mastery is up to level 55, but I mean, more or less, I use, the offensive abilities, like, more crits. Like, for example, here is decrease the lethal attack of all enemies by 20%. Decrease crit rate by frames by 20%. You know, just it's mostly like the offensive skills. And do I have enough for this? 360? I'm not sure if I want to do this or not. Let me see. Decrease the recovery rate of all enemies by 20%. I'm not really in a hurry to get that right now. So well, I'm not going to spend the rubies. That and it would pretty much wipe me out, and I don't want to wipe myself out. I've already spent 750 and got nothing already. And yes, I'm still using the basic formation. I just haven't used my gold to level up anything else. And I like the formation.
Life or death, you decide.
Against Manuis. Looks like they're rocking a Pascal. She's gonna debuff him.
Butterfly's dream.
Cease to exist. Meet your end.
No. Now we got one person auto revive mode. I'm not confident that I'm gonna win this fight though.
Can't fall.
There's a second auto revive. Well, there's that 2,000 fixed damage about to come at him. At us. Oh, he didn't really take. Oh, because I think he has immunity on. That's why. If you have damage immunity, I don't think you take damage from reflect attacks.
Let's go. Blaze, disperse. Cease to exist.
Oh, come on. Don't be stupid. You're not going to do anything to him. This is the dumb AI at its finest.
Glorious darkness.
She was asleep the whole time.
Take this. Voice of lightning.
Now, here's what's sad about that fight. Let's go look at our opponent, because the game lets you actually do that. The people that I lost to, one was a level 36, one was a level 38, and one was a level 36. So, is that really fair that my team of level 40s pretty much got slaughtered? Or is it just a matter of their heroes just having better equipment?
Starts from one's mind.
Okay, so they have good items. One of them is unleashed, or awakened.
They call me keep it up.
Well, of course, he doesn't have any good equipment.
Bow.
He has one awakened item. He has one awakened item, but he's actually missing an item. See what I mean, guys? This is the problem with Arena in this game. Is that you can have level 40s
Starts from
against other people who are in their 30s and still lose. And it's not necessarily like an issue of like, you know, well, maybe he had better equipment than you, because clearly my equipment was actually better than his, but somehow, through the awesome luck that this game has, the wonderful thing called RNG this game has, yeah, it sucks. So we're still in platinum, by the way.
life or death, you decide.
Against, I'm not sure that's Mall Boy or Male Boy. L's and I's are hard to tell.
Everything is a butterfly's dream.
Oh, if you didn't notice, my ace is now a level 40. My very first level 40 Warlord. So, and I also changed my hero leader to ace now. As representation of that.
Beneath the moonlight. Farewell.
So yes, best believe he's now added to my arena team.
Take this. Voice of lightning. Fall.
And as you can tell, Gipperang is still popular. See, if there people weren't so low level, I would have been dead already. But that ability I told you about, where they don't deal as much damage, that's what's keeping me from dying right now. Because all these guys are level less than 40. There we go, thank you. Get that mess out of here.
My turn. Drown.
Yes. Follow my path.
So, as you can tell, I'm kind of losing too because, well, I didn't lose this one, but some of the reasons I've been losing too from time to time is really the simple fact that status ailments are a thing. So there is something I could try for fun, and I might do that actually. Um, I also got another person at level 40 recently that I've been wanting to test out. I'm trying to find him now. Let me see. I don't think I passed him already, did I? There he is. Zhao Yun. So let's check this guy out. I got him pretty much fully decked. Basically, he decreases all damage received by 60%, and I believe that's only to himself. And becomes immune to debuff for 3 turns. Which means that when they, do all their crazy things in the beginning, keep me from doing stuff, basically I'll have 2 people, him and Black Rose, that'll still be, usable. So I've debated maybe putting him in my front line as a tank, since I don't really use any tanks, and taking out Neza, which is kind of weird because I really like Neza. I think she's fantastic, but I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But let's see what his other abilities do. Inflicts 100% physical damage on 3 enemies. Additionally, bleeds the enemy for 50% of physical attack for 2 turns. So that's pretty cool, mostly because he can bleed 3 people. That's the important part. It doesn't pierce, so you're more than likely it's not going to do any damage additionally, but it's the piercing that's going to, do something nice. And the other ability inflicts 190% physical damage on 1 person and decrease the enemy's buff duration for 3 turns. So, I mean, he can auto kill anyone that has an auto res ability with that ability, provided that the timing's right. Or he can just get rid of anyone that has like a damage immunity for like 3 turns kind of thing. He pretty much shuts that off right away. So I'm really thinking about using him. Oh, and I did equip him this little item. With the normal attack, basically paralyze him. So who should we take out for him? This is the hard one because you don't want to take out your level 47 knight, which is Downs, nor do you want to take out our level 44 lord, which is Ace. It's hard to take out Black Rose because she pierces and she does she pierces and does bleeding damage and does remove buff durations. I mean, it might have to be Neza, which is weird, but I think it's going to be Neza. This is really just testing. I don't want to take out the child because she's just really good against certain people and pierces. Against Ondine. Let's see how good we do with this new setup. He's already starting. So now they're bleeding. Oh, he died kind of fast. Despite being equipped pretty well, he did die pretty fast for a tank. And don't get me wrong, he did his part. It just kind of sucks when it happened. The problem with her doing that now, in all reality, is the simple fact that once Chris dies, we're gonna have no way of killing him when he auto revives. Oh wow. I guess it doesn't even matter. Chris isn't gonna die the first time. That's okay, we'll try this again. We'll see if we can do a little bit better. I am fighting in platinum mode, so I'm actually fighting against mostly good teams. Against Rage BMX 77. Or it might be Raw JBMX, but who knows. The debuff begins. And then here he goes. This is kind of like a pattern that we see. Wow. That new guy died again pretty quickly. Starting to think that he might not be good enough, which is kind of sad. It looked like he had potential. But maybe he's just outdated. Maybe his maximum stats are just not good enough to hang with the new crowd. That might be a bad thing about this game, is certain heroes become obsolete. But they have been slowly making certain heroes better. Because I guarantee if I was running Neza still, these matches would be a little bit more in my favor. Oh, we didn't lose. That's the good news, but I don't think our new guy's going to cut it. He dies just way too fast. I think we're, what, 2-2 now? So we'll do one more fight today. So let's go back to Arena. We're going to actually take our new friend out. I think he looks good on paper, but in an application he's not good enough. And over Inez is fully equipped too, so it's not like I'm trading him out for someone that's not so good. So we'll leave my good squad the way it is and do one last fight. And then we'll end the video.
Life or death, you decide.
I want to give you guys a little bit of action since, you know, these videos are going to be very rare for 7 Nights. Again, the same pattern in the beginning.
My turn. What was that? Obey this power of destruction. My turn. What was that? These flames will burn all your sins to ashes.
He's actually pretty cool. I like that guy. I'll get him one day. Oh, well, again, we're fighting against just 5.
Follow my path.
And that's a victory for us. Pretty easy win, right? But as you can tell, as far as Arena is concerned, I haven't been doing too well in Platinum. I mean, I'm currently 8-14, so not doing too well. But that's okay. That happens sometimes. There are days where I can get like 5 or 6 wins in a row, and other days where I just get a bad losing streak. It happens. It's part of the game. But just to wrap things up, I mean, the main point that I wanted to make to everybody is that we have a new hero. Her name is Sera. And she's fantastic. If you want to check her out on the Codex, go to Heroes, Shadow Clan, and see the one on the very end.
There's no fun in this.
Yes, Master of Race Sera, you want to get her. I'm pretty confident that you're going to be seeing a lot of level 40s of her coming up soon. and she's going to be dominating. She's that good. Alright, well, it was a pleasure doing a video for you guys. Sorry we don't do as many anymore, but, you know, if anything new pops up that I think is interesting, you'll still see more videos from me. In the meantime, take it easy.